Good afternoon. I'm getting live from Bhopal. So someone from Indore joined. That is good. Okay. Okay. So we are live on YouTube also. That's good. And so all of you, can you tell from where you are? So I see 24 participants right now. See, I am from Bhopal. So can everybody tell where they are from? I am from Bhopal, but I have worked in all the metros. So I recently came back to Bhopal after 1 year after spending nearly 2 decades in Mumbai and Bangalore. Hey, that's good. Indore, Bangalore. Good, good, good. So a lot of people getting, yeah, good. A lot of people from Bhopal also, Chennai, Bangalore, South. Yeah, that's good. 9 people have joined. It's good. Okay. So 𝐏𝐴𝐻𝐿𝐼𝐻 Haryana. That's great. Okay, I'm really thanks that such a lot people are joining from everywhere in India. Bahadurgarh, and I am from Bhopal, but okay, let me take you through my profile only, so everything is sorted. I think most of people have seen my profile, but let me show my profile also. So, and as always, the LinkedIn should be your main profile, not your Facebook. Although you all have, most of you have gone through my, I think, from a Facebook ad, but LinkedIn should be your main profile. Okay, I muted everybody, but if someone is there, please. Okay, please. Okay, no problem. Okay, so this is about me. Someone is asking something. Okay. Okay, so this is about me. So my name is Navendu Biswas. I am a full stack JavaScript developer. I was, means right now I'm mainly into trainer. So I have done around 16 years in the industry. I have more than it is around more than 19,000, means 18,500 now connections on the LinkedIn. So that is where I have most of the network. I have connected to almost every kind of people there, because I'm doing a lot on LinkedIn. Means I have spent the past 16 years building enterprise level apps and all those things in different companies. I have worked in Oracle and all those things. Besides this, you can see this 4-5 books also. So I'm a published author also, and of these 5 books, they are published from a top author known as A Press. So they have published all of my 5 books, and they're all available on Amazon. So someone is asking something. Okay, that's good. Okay, so that's about me, and I have worked in almost everything. You can see I have worked in Oracle, I have worked in JP Morgan. Past job was an associate architect in Innoments. From September I'm a full-time trainer, so I train both corporates also, and I have my individual batches also. Plus I am a bit big on YouTube also, so I have some followers on YouTube also. Through that also I tried to coach. It is not like that my personal batches are there. Yeah, they are charged, but I have my own in YouTube also. I try to coach everybody. So coach everybody in the sense, but so it is like I run this month long boot camp. See, one thing I want to tell from the starting on, in 3 hours I will just tell the basics. So it is very impossible to tell everything about HTML, CSS and JavaScript. But HTML, yeah, everything will be told about HTML, but CSS and JavaScript, it will be very brief and very fast. So I run this month long boot camps on my YouTube channel. On my YouTube channel, I run this month-long boot camps, 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, 8:30 to around 9:45 or 9:30 to 9:45 p.m. IST daily, 5 days. So 5 days of CSS, 5 days of JavaScript, 5 days of React, and 5 days of anything which I think means this time it will be Angular. So we have already done the 2 weeks. So yesterday only I completed the JavaScript part, JavaScript beginners to advanced series on my YouTube channel, and next week React will start. So if you know JavaScript and all, you can directly jump into that React, or you can go through the recordings. The recordings are all available on my channel. The CSS recordings also you can go, and JavaScript recordings. I don't teach HTML language. HTML is very small and very, today only I will teach HTML, and that is more than enough. But CSS requires some time, so CSS requires 6-7 hours to be taught, and JavaScript again requires 6-7 hours to be taught, and React again requires. But at the end of the day, you have to do the project. So I'm thinking of something else also from next time, because I have my personal batches also. The next batch is starting from Jan 15th, so that's a full-fledged boot camp which generally happens on Zoom. So it is like that. And I'm getting a bit noise from somewhere. Let me see. Yeah. Can everybody go on mute, because I'm getting some noises from somewhere. Okay, that's good. So that's about me. And before we can start, means I'm live, and one thing I want to tell, that I have given that I'm going to give participation certificate also. So every weekend I take this, and the participation certificate generally around 30 people get the participation certificate, because they do both the things. So the participation certificate, I will, there is a attendance form which need to be taken. The process has refined a lot, because earlier just people used to come and they used to say that they have attended it, and it was not correct, and this Zoom recordings will be not there. So this Zoom is also going on YouTube, so the recordings will be on YouTube. So if you want to see the replay, you can see it on YouTube. Okay, so that is there. And the other thing is that I want everybody to give the attendance on my YouTube channel. So please go there, give the attendance there. The streaming is going on there, and please do like the YouTube video, so that it can reach to more people on YouTube, and people from YouTube can also join. And please do subscribe to my channel also there. So I will give my YouTube link, in which you can go, all of you can go there, because I'm going to give the attendance sheet there, not here in the Zoom chat. So you go there and give the attendance there. So let me give the attendance sheet there. So attendance, so there will be 2 attendance. So let me tell also this, there will be 2 attendances, one at beginning and one at end. So people used to just start in the beginning or come in the between, and didn't used to attend the whole thing, and whole thing is very important. Whole workshop is very important, because I'm keeping this on a Saturday for all of you. So then also they used to get the certificate, but I have made some changes. So you have to fill both of the attendance. There will be 2 attendance, as I am telling. There will be 2 attendance on the YouTube chat. On the YouTube chat only the attendance will be there, so not here. So I will give the form there, and I will give the form there, and mark your first. Please mark the first attendance there. So I have given the form. Hope you all able to see that. So mark your first attendance. Nothing. It is not required to be saying that present and all those things. Just mark your first attendance on the YouTube channel, on the YouTube chat only. Okay, someone is annotating, so I have to change the security thing. Annotate on shared content. So this all security things you have to change. Clear all drawings. Okay, someone was annotating actually. So people used to do these things. Okay, so please mark your attendance there on the YouTube channel. The chat is there. Mark your attendance there. I'm again telling. Okay, so if someone is missing that, please do that. Okay, so let's get started actually. So so I don't want to start just from the HTML. So HTML, it is very tough. It is not that much easy to become a web app developer. I don't know from what background you people are. So some of you might be students, some of you might be from some different background, and all of these things. So one thing I want to tell, that it is sometimes a bit easier to become a web app developer if you are from the IT background. If you're from IT background, if you're from the IT, anyway IT background, from be IT, be computer, be electronics. First thing is that there, okay, Nazim, just don't say present, just fill the first attendance form. Okay, just fill the first attendance form. Okay, pin message. I'm pinning the message also there in the YouTube channel. Okay, so just fill it. Okay, so as I was telling, yeah, so if you are from the IT background, it's sometimes a bit easy. Although in IT they don't teach anything, because I know even in BE computers they will teach you Java, C++, which is not yet required in the any company. No, nobody uses C++, nobody uses Java. Is way too much saturated. You don't get a job in Java. But React.js, you don't have to even ask for a job. You will get a job. So that is my main thing, to teach everybody React.js, and that's why I'm running this month-long bootcamps on my free bootcamps, totally free bootcamps on my YouTube channel also. Beside my my personal bootcamps are also there, so they are much more involved. So I teach both of them. If you want to learn it for free, and if you have that thing in yourself, like that, you can learn on your own. You don't need a mentor to guide you all the time, because the mentoring thing happens to my personal students. But if you are able to grasp from that only, grasp from the internet only, YouTube only, that my videos are more than enough for you to become a web app developer. Okay, so that is there. And beside, I generally tell 3 secrets every day, and let me start with that 3 secrets, and then I want to tell a bit of the thing also, which is going right now in the market, and why I am telling that it is very important to learn React.js. Okay, so there are 3 secrets to become a web app developer or do anything in life, anything, become popular or anything. So there are mainly 3 secrets to become a web app developer. One is networking. So networking never gets ended. Networking. Second is daily action. Third is challenges. So networking means you have to be active on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook groups. So I have grown so much only because of LinkedIn. I have been able to leave my job to teach people. My passion is to teaching people, to be for them to become a web app developer. So I am living my passion because of LinkedIn only. I have 19,000 connections on LinkedIn, around 19,000 connections, and I have almost every kind of people on my LinkedIn, means from startup people to HRs, big HRs, and all those people I have on my LinkedIn. Okay, so those are there. Okay, so those are there. So you have to grow this, mainly LinkedIn, Twitter also to a bit, because people in America are on Twitter. Instagram, you go to those Facebook profiles, create those Facebook things, and Facebook groups, join some Facebook group, join some React.js group, join some JavaScript group, join those groups. All the jobs, everything are there on those Facebook groups. So Facebook is dead, but Facebook groups are not dead. Okay, then you have to take a daily action. Becoming programming is not that much easy. So you have to code daily 2 hours. Nothing else is there. You have to code daily 2 hours, then only you can become a developer. And you have to take part in some challenges. Actually, I just completed one challenge, and that is known as 100 days of code. This is one of the toughest challenge on the planet. 100 days of code. Why? Because you have to code daily for 1 hour, and this challenge got a lot of tractions, because this you have to post on Twitter and LinkedIn, and this is actually a movement. It is like a movement, this 100 days of code. Learn more about it on Google. It is sort of a movement. So if you complete this challenge, very tough challenge, because daily coding is something. Sometimes in India so many things happens, we all know. Sometimes a marriage happens, something else happens, all those things. So it is very difficult to code continuously for 100 days. So I have done this. I have done 100 days of videos challenge on my channel, continuously producing 100 videos. So that is there. So this is a toughest challenge. You do it, you will get it. And becoming a web app developer is very easy, means it doesn't require much. And I'm telling web app developer, you also target web app developer, not just web developer. Web developer makes nothing. I'll tell a small story also, what I happened previous week. So I'll tell about that. So you also aim to become a web app developer, and to become web app developer you need HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. First, the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript you require, and the main thing is that you require a React.js. Okay, so what I was going to tell, only this much is required. Nothing is don't go for the backend Node.js, Python, Django. A lot of people ask me Django. So what you will do with Django? Django has been used only in hobbyist projects. Nobody in the enterprise uses Django or Flask. In the hobbyist project, what you can do, and that's the backend technology. Backend already there are saturation is there because there is already Java is the king still in the enterprises. And then there is Node.js is there. If you want to learn something, learn Node.js. It will really add benefit to your career. So I will tell about two things because I am in connection with a lot of people. Okay, so let me show a person because that person is a real. And so there is a guy whose name is 𝐤𝐫𝐨𝐧. Okay, he's not coming, I think. Okay, let us. He's not coming. Where is this guy? Okay, no problem. So this 𝐤𝐫𝐨𝐧, he's from Indore. He's in connection with me, and he has done his BE from just a simple college, nothing, no fancy college and all he have done. And he just connected with me. I'm in connection with him for a long time, and in college he has only done this thing, React.js, and done a lot of internship because of that, because React.js is so much in demand. Why he will not get? So he got a lot of internship, and in his final year of college he got an offer from a Indore based company, and he got a 9 lakh package from an Indore based company, which comes around 65,000 rupees in hand. So I am telling about the salary. So a lot of people ask me about the salary. So he is getting 65,000, and I know people who will pay freshers who are trained in React just 50,000 easily, Bangalore based, and totally work from home thing. The thing is that totally work from home, just there is one criteria which should always be there, is that you should be able to communicate a bit in English, because that's the reason I also talk always in English, very less anything is there. So you should be able to basically communicate a bit in English, because most of the jobs are in the south of India, as we all know, from Bangalore and all, but the remote jobs are always there. So this guy got a job in Indore. So Indore, those people know Indore is a sort of IT hub in central India, in Bhopal, in MP. So Indore also a lot of IT companies are there. So he got a remote jobs in Indore with a 9 lakh package, which is means even a TCS guy, a TCS guy, how much they get? They get only 3 lakh package. A TCS guy get only 3 lakh package. So he got a 9 lakh package just because he knows React.js. He has worked a lot. He daily code 2 hours, more than 2 hours he code, and he got a job in a cool startup with 9 lakh. And he was telling me, sir, this is very less. I know I can get in the starting only 15 lakh package. And so I told him, I will see for you. Because another thing, I was contacting another person. He is also from a small place called Ratlam in MP, and he has built a more than 1 crore turnover company. So he's got more than 10 developers working under him. So I was asking for a React.js developer because I want for my company also. So I was telling that my budget is only maybe 15 to 20,000. So he told me that you have to increase your budget. Even a fresher with zero experience, you have to pay him at least 25,000 rupees. A React.js developer, just a React.js developer, fresher with no real production experience, only good portfolio. You have a good portfolio, people will pick you like crazy. You have a good portfolio in React.js, people will pick you like crazy. And he told me that you have to pay the freshers with zero production experience who have got a good portfolio in React.js. You have to pay them at least 25,000. That is the standard. And he told me one of his Node.js and React.js developer, after React.js you can learn Node.js. He's charging the client $3,000 for them. That much a Microsoft person also doesn't earn. $3,000 is way too much. Microsoft person, all over people are after FANG jobs. A Microsoft person also don't earn that much. They earn hardly 80,000. A fresher earns hardly 80,000. Okay, so a lot of people are on YouTube. Please don't just do present, and please just mark the attendance in the form, and please do like this video on YouTube, and please do subscribe to my channel, because I am doing so much for all of this. Please do subscribe also. Okay, subscribe to my channel if you're not yet subscribed. So that is what. So React.js is everything. Means for the next 5-10 it has got a backing of Facebook. If you want to learn, and next Monday React.js workshop is starting on my YouTube channel. So all of you please do attend it. Means React.js workshop. So it will be nice all of you attend it. Okay, so why we are here. So now let's get started with HTML, JavaScript. A lot of people will not be from the background, but then also if you are not from this technical background, then also HTML CSS also pays a lot. If you only know this HTML CSS part also, you will definitely get a job. And sometimes it is better to get a job, means with just HTML CSS you can easily get a job which from anywhere in the country, which will pay you around 15 to 25k. okay, and I know it is a lot of money in certain part of India also, 15 to 25. So what I will suggest, if you are totally beginner, you can start with HTML CSS, because I have found this thing, a lot of people who are not from the IT background, see nowadays engineering doesn't matter, you can do anything, they find this thing very tough, JavaScript and React.js. If you have not learned any programming language, like in engineering colleges or somewhere you have learned Java or something, although it is not like that, you can do anything. There is a famous story of a Zoho security guard who he become a React.js developer. So anybody can do it. How much a security guard will know? You know those things. How much means they will know? They are hardly 10th pass. So it is not like that. If you bang your head enough for the for loop and all those loop in JavaScript, you will learn. Whatever background you are from, a commerce background, you are a housewife or anyone, you can learn those things. But if you are finding it tough, I will suggest to go for HTML CSS also. There are enough job in HTML CSS also. There will be enough people in your neighborhood who neighborhood shopkeepers, they need a website, and there are small agencies in every city which caters to them. Although there is not much salary in that, I know that there is not much salary in that, but it is there. Okay, so enough of talk. So so you must have understood what is the requirement for web development. You can see some of my video and connect with me on YouTube, so you'll learn more about it. How much jobs, all the jobs are for web developer only, nothing else. Nowadays nobody makes any app like your desktop app, nobody makes nowadays. Okay, so again I will tell who are new here, please do mark your attendance on my YouTube channel. So first attendance is on my YouTube channel, so please do mark it, first attendance on YouTube chat. So please mark that, first attendance on the YouTube tab. Thanks, a lot of people have done it. So let's get started with HTML. So people who are not even from IT background, they can means okay, so just don't quit, code daily. If you are finding JavaScript difficult, just go with HTML CSS, just land your foot in the job door and you will get the job. At least for a HTML CSS developer, we can develop some cool looking website with HTML CSS. Also you can do magic. Some top HTML CSS guys, they don't even jump. I know people who with just HTML CSS and a bit of WordPress are making then means crore a year, and with 10-15 developers from small cities in north of India, small cities. Okay, I know people in Punjab and all those things. So with just HTML and CSS, and they have 10 people teams with that. Okay, so that is there. And so let's get started. So we will start with okay, hello. So yeah, so we will start with HTML. So HTML is what? HTML is stands for hypertext markup language. All of you know it is used to create the website. So this whole of website is also made in HTML. And one more thing I want to tell you, this kind of things are known as web apps. See, this is a complicated mind map which I am doing. So this mind map is not just your like a website, like a simple static website. All these features it has got. So it might have got many developers working in that. So these are known as web app. Facebook is a web app. So web apps and websites are a bit different, but at the end of the day, everything has an HTML. So this is might be something, and all those things are there. On the okay, someone is asking Umesh on the YouTube chat. Okay, link is there on the YouTube chat, link is there, mark your attendance there. Okay, so that is there. So let's get started again. Means I am ready to answer a lot of people. So HTML, what we are going to do, we are going to, first thing is that you have to download something known as VS Code. So those days are gone when people used to code in Notepad++ or something like that. So VS Code is a very lightweight editor. So anyone with a very not a very good system also can do it. And yeah, system is required for coding. It's very difficult to do it on mobile and all those things. So you can download for Windows or whatever system you are there. So this is required, and this is a very lightweight. This will not take your RAM and all those things. So the old code editors used to take the RAMs and all those things. Okay, so this will not take the RAM and all those things. Okay, so you can download this, and when you download it, I'm not going to tell the process, so everybody knows how to download some app on Windows. So when you download it, you can get something like VS Code. I will open. It is Windows 11, so whatever you have on the system, it will. So it will open like this. Okay, so open like this, and I show everything a bit bigger because it is cool to see it there. Okay, so like this it will open. Okay, so now I want to open something here. Okay, so if I want to open something, I'll come here, and I have a folder, and inside it I will create a folder known as HTML Basics, because we are going to directly learn from here only. HTML Basics, I'll run. And then this HTML Basics, I'm telling the most simple way to do it. There are other ways from terminal also, but I don't want to tell the terminal way because a lot of people are very beginner here. They will find it difficult. So I've created a folder like HTML Basics. Then I will do it. I will click it and I will drag it. See it again. I'm not going to repeat it. I'm going to drag it and I'm going to leave it here. And the folder will be imported here. So this is one of the way. Okay. So after that, after that we have this thing, and now we are going to create a first file, which is the index.html. inside it, index.html. I am going to create index.html. okay, okay, so this is there. How the index.html is there. So now let us do some basic structure. So I always tell to use this this because VS Code, because it has got a lot of shortcuts and it is very developer friendly, and it is developed by Microsoft, and it is totally free. So what I'm going to do, zoom out the screen. It is zoom out. I think I'm seeing it on a small mobile screen also, and it is been quite good. So I can increase the font size even a bit more. Okay, so that is index.html is there, and then so there is a shortcut is there to have the HTML structure. So I'm going to use the shortcut because I don't want to type everything, and so this not I'll do, and then I will press tab, or I will have to press the enter, and it will give all the shortcut. I will explain all of this shortcut. Okay, so this is there, and I will change the title here to HTML Basics. Okay, HTML Basics I will change, and then let me save it, and I will have a basic structure. So this is how the title is there. Then I will have some h1. I will soon going to explain what is this h1. HTML crash course, and paragraph tag, lorem. Save it. Now what is there, I hope it is visible. Yeah, I have made it a quite a bit of zoom, actually quite a bit of zoom, so you all might be able to see it. Telegram, I have a Telegram group also. I will ask everyone to join. Okay, yeah, I have a Telegram group also. Link also is there. You can ask development. I will soon open the group to, I think you're from my WhatsApp group, so I will share it there. Okay, I will make it, Nancy. You can ask the thing there. Okay, so HTML crash course and P, all these things is there. So how we are going to see this HTML page. So if I come here and if I go here, HTML Basics, and there is an index.html file created. Okay, so if I double click it, it will open in my default browser, which is by default right now it is Firefox Developer Edition. So if I double click it, it will open in this Firefox Developer Edition, but I don't want to open it there. let me open it with Google Chrome. So it is been, so it will be shown like this in Google Chrome. It will be shown like this, and HTML and all. So see, what is this? So let us understand the structure a bit. So HTML document starts with this doc type HTML, which means is that it's a HTML5. HTML5 was released in around 2015. Before that, HTML4 was there, so the doc type was different for that. Then we have an HTML tag. So HTML, we have tags. It is all about tags. So this HTML tag is have a starting and the ending, and there is a head and a body. So HTML tag is known as the parent. Lang is English, lang is France, and all those things are also there. So lang is English is there, and there FR is for France, I think. Okay, so those things are there. So HTML tag is starting and ending, and inside this we have a head tag and a body tag. Okay, head and a body we have. So these are known as the children. So what is the head? Head has got some meta information, and it has got the title. So meta information are you don't have to learn about that. Meta information are used by Google to for Google crawlers to know more about your site. So this site which you are creating, you can directly go to GoDaddy and deploy it. I'm not going to tell about a deployment. You can find it out. So you can deploy it and your site is ready. So how Google know about your site? How Google will know about your site? With this meta tag, and that is we have to give some tags and all those things that I'm not going to tell right now. So this title thing is there, which has got this HTML basics. Okay, title thing is HTML basics. So this is what I'm seeing it here. So this HTML basic, it has been shown here, and then the body part is there. Title, head, we put all those things. So body part is the main part. So in body part we are going to see everything here. Okay, so body part, I'm seeing this h1, which is got a big, again we have some tags. So this h1, and HTML is all about learning about different tags. So we are going to learn about this tag. So h1 I'm going to learn, and h1p. So h1 is something like a heading. We are seeing that it's a bit big, and p is like a small. So this is the body. So this is our first web page. Okay, so we have opened it like this, but okay, yeah, I'm going to use that. So but can you send the YouTube link for it? And then it's okay. YouTube link. Okay, so the thing is that, as someone was also telling, they already told that I should use live server, and that is what I'm going to use. And you're totally right, we should not use like this. Means this is a very bad way. Why this is a very bad way to see for a developer? See, we developer earlier we used to code like this, but nowadays we don't code like this. So there is a React, there is something known as a live server in React. Also there is a hot reloading feature is there. So the moment I add, suppose I add this thing, okay, this thing, and I'll do a lorem again. So lorem is again a shortcut, and tab I'm pressing. So this is not getting reflected here, not getting reflected. So every time I change something in the website, in my app, I have to come here and I have to refresh it, then only it will show. So there is a very good extension. So extensions, you can go here and you can search for live. Just search for live, and live server will come, and this Ritvik there, this thing is there. You have to install it. You have to just install it. For me, I have already installed it, so it is showing me disable or uninstall. So you have to install it. Then I have to come back and I'll do right click and open with live server. I'll do open with live server. I'll do okay, and then it will create a local live server. Okay, it will create a local live server, and I can open it now. Instead of this, I'm going to open it here, and we are going to use this from the now onwards. So anything, if I change it here, so suppose if I remove it here, and I have to save it, I have to save this file, I have to save this file. So I've saved this one, and it is gone. Okay, I think my system is a bit slow. Okay, did I save it? Okay, I didn't remove it actually. Save it, and it is gone. So this is the power of live server, and we are going to use that only. So next thing which we are going to do is we are going to start learning our different HTML tags. So that is the thing. HTML is all about learning different HTML tags, and I'm going to teach the important HTML tag. I'm not going to teach all the HTML tags which are even not required. So, and I'm going to give some some assignment, like if you want to do, you can do it, and you can learn. Anyways, you have to learn the HTML tag. You can learn it from there. Okay, so that is there, and so we have learned about this. So the first thing which we are going to learn is the h1 tag. H1 tags or heading tag. So heading tags. So what I'm going to do first is doing this. So we can also comment in HTML. So comment are the main thing which the developers use so that no one else can see it is for them or for some other developer. So comment is made like this. So this is something, if I save it, nobody else will be able to see. In the web page you won't be able to see it, but only the developers will be able to see. So that is like this. And there was a shortcut. I did a control \/ for this. Okay, so we are going to do the heading tags first. So h1 is like heading 1. There's 6 heading tags. Okay, so h1 is there, h2 is there, h2, h3, h4, h5 and h6 is there. Okay, so let me change this also. h2, h3, h4, h5 and h6 are there. So heading tags are there. So these are the different heading tags. So if I come back here, see, I'll give a different sizes are there. So h1 is different size, h2, h3, h4, h5, h6. So all of them are of different sizes. So this is known as heading tags. So all of them are of different sizes. And the comment which I have given, the comment is been shown nowhere. Okay, so comment is been shown nowhere. So this is how the heading tags works. h1 to h6, h1 to h6 and different sizes. And practically we don't go below h4 because h5 and h6 are very small. Okay, h5 and h6 are very small. You can give anything, it will do. So the next thing which we are going to learn about, which we have already seen earlier, is the paragraph tag. The paragraph tag, this I'll do, and t, and I'm using a dummy text known as lorem text, lorem, and I'm pressing the tab, it will do it. And so paragraph tag is even smaller than this. So these are all the default styles which is have. So this is the paragraph tag, and then I will do again another paragraph tag, and it will again go to that. So there is one thing which I will tell soon. See, you might be thinking that why this is heading is there coming here, why this heading is not, 2 is not coming here, 3 is not coming here, 4 is not coming here. There are a lot of spaces there, and here also it is coming from the next line, some distance is there between them. So they are done because they are known as block level element. We soon learn about inline element. So block level element, what happens, even if there is some space is there, the next tag will start from the next line. So everything will have its own line. So this is like this. So these are known as block level elements. We're soon going to learn about inline element. Some distribution zoom as well. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. No, I'm not. Okay. So that is there. So this is our paragraph. So the next thing which we are going to learn is about the anchor tag or the link tag. So these anchor tags or the link tags they are very important. Anchor tags and the link tag you might be seen in all the websites. So you click on some link and it will go to some place. So they are known as link tags. So let us do that. Or anchor tag also you can sell them. Anchor link tags I can tell, and let me also do it, comment it out. And then they are started by anchor a, and there is an attribute here. This is known as attribute. See, all these tags I was not giving something known as something like this. So this is known as attribute href, and I have to give some website link here. So some website link. So let me give my website link only, my blog website link I will give, and this like this I'll do, and then learn web development, then learn web development. Okay, so this is my website link. Save it, and if I come here, see this learn web development thing is there. So if you do it, and what you are going to see, you are going to see a blue thing, means I have visited this website a lot of time, so it is showing me purple. So if you visit something a lot of time, it will show you purple, but for me for you might give some website, and you, if you are doing the coding for the first time, it will show you blue. And if I click here, so this is the learn web development is coming, and what is this href? Href is the thing on which it will take me. So if I come here, so it is already showing it as link. So this hand will also change, this pointer will change to a hand, and if I click here, it will open my website. So it will open my website, my blogging website, it will open. So it is like this, my blogging website, it will open, and then if I go back, it will be like this. Okay, this thing is there. So this is anchor tag, but there is a problem in this thing. So what is the problem? First thing is that it is not a good user experience to open it in the same thing. So whenever some user is there and click on something, it should open in a new tab. It should not open in the same tab. So it should open in a different tab. So it should open in a different tab. So how to solve that problem? So let us do that, and I'll do this with anchor again. Okay, and twd y2. So my YouTube is there. So here I will give the YouTube link in which that is going on. And first thing is that I have given this, and there the second thing, the thing is that I want to open it in a different tab. So what I have to do, I have to do a target equal to underscore blank, target equal to underscore blank. I have to do save it, and see, target equal to underscore blank. This is again a keyword is there. This is again a keyword, target equal to underscore blank, that I have done. And if I go here, go back here, so I will get this twd y2. So it is showing me like this, and it is showing me blue also, because this is a new link. I have not visited it, and those who have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel. Okay, and I will open this, click it. See, the moment I'm clicking it, so it is again the live streaming, it has been showing. So this I am clicking it, and it is opening it in a different tab. So that is the main thing, it is opening it in a different tab. Okay, it is opening it in a different tab. And okay, and then again see one thing, the color change. So this is what happened. If you visit something, the color change. And there is one more thing which I want to tell here. See, I have pasted I have given two anchor tags, and both of them are coming one after the another, because they are known as inline tag. They come one after the another only. They're different from this heading tag and this paragraph tag. They're known as block tags, because they will come to the next line, and there will be some spaces also, which is known as margin. I'm going to talk about it later on in the CSS part. Okay, so this is all about these three important tags. So now let's go to the next tag, which is like the list tag. So list tags are also very important. So we are going to go to the list tags. Okay, so list tags are there. Okay, so list tags are there. So there are two kind of list tags. Okay, one is ul, and okay, so one is ul and one is, so let us first understand this. So ul is there, so parent is the ul means unordered list, and inside that there is something known as list item. Li means list item, and if I save it, you will see that it is coming like this. So these dots will come, these are known as list. So similar to this, if I copy this and change it to ol means ordered list. ol means ordered list. So you have 1 2 3 4 5 6, it will happen like this. So even if I increase something here, so like I make it a 5, if I increase something here, make it a 5, so here the dot will increase, here the number will increase. So this is like unordered list and ordered list. Okay, unordered list and ordered list. Okay, so there about that. So the next tag which we are going to learn is about the form tag. So form tags is a group of tags, and forms are really important. Forms are important in HTML, CSS, JavaScript, because in all the websites, in the Facebook and all, if you go, so what you will see, you'll see a login form is there. So that is actually form. You enter your email or your password, they are known as form, because you have to submit that, and it goes to the backend, and all the complex things are there. And all those things I teach. All those things I will teach in my YouTube channel also, you can learn, but you have to go step by step. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, and then all those things you will learn. Okay, so those things are there. So forms are there, and if you go to some website, it will ask you to enter some information, age, and all those things, and all those are also form. Everything is a form. Form is one of the most important component, and we are going to learn about that next. Okay, so let me come here, and we are going to learn about form now. So I will come here and I will make a form like this. This is not required, and everything will be inside the form. So in the form, everything has got two parts. we are going to mainly do about input types. So they are the main things in a form. And so I'll do a label, and for is not required actually right now. So label, I'll do a name and input type text, and there is a name attribute. Name attribute is what it generally identify that it is okay, it is differentiate everything. So this name is, I have taken a name not because of this, because of this is known as name. So similar to that, I will have a maybe a age, and there is different input types. So input type of number I will take, and this I will take as age itself. So this thing I will take, and there are different input types. So when you are going to learn about forms, there is something which I want you all to do. Go to this site. This is a very good site. W3 School is very good site to refer HTML. Go here and come down a bit, and form HTML input types is there. So there are actually 14 or 15 input types are there right now. So right now HTML has become very powerful. This all have come in 2015. Before that we used to have 3-4 only. So with this, HTML has become really powerful. You have email input type, file hidden, image, month, password. We have telephone number. We can even upload file thing which you see in many websites, that you can upload your image and all those things. Those also come from here only. Input type file is very powerful. It is coming from there. Earlier there used to be a very complicated logic, so you can go through it and you can even run from here. So you can learn from there. This is a very good site. This is a very good link. So even I will tell this link. Okay, so this link is there. You all can check from here. Okay, so that is there. And input type, I have made it like this. So you might be seeing that it is coming one after the another. Again, it is coming one after the another because label and input, both of them are inline element, so they will come one after the another. But we don't want it to come one after the another. We want it to come in different lines. Different lines I want them to come. So how to do that? I will do a div. Okay, so div is like a block level element. Div is known as block level, and I will, because we are right now we are not using any CSS, we are doing plain HTML. So inside this I'll move this, and again I will have a div, and again inside this I will move, save it, and this is all. This is how we make it a block level. See, if I come here, so both of them are coming in a different line. Okay, both of them are coming in a different line. The group is coming in a different line, but even with that, I'm not finding it good. I want some more space here, and we are not going to use CSS as of now. So what I'm going to do, there is another tag known as BR. BR is known as break row. So I will give this break row. So there is now quite a bit of space. Although this is not looking at all good. In CSS, we are going to beautify these things. You learn how to beautify this whole thing. Okay, so that is there. And then let us learn about some other also. Okay, some other things also we are going to learn about. Okay, someone is asking something. So let's zoom out, I think. Okay, you want to zoom out, I think. Okay, zoom out this thing. Okay, maybe this thing I'll zoom out. Okay, this thing I have zoomed out. The browser I have zoomed out. Okay, this is already zoomed out, the code. Okay, the browser I have zoomed out. Zooming out the browser causes a lot of problem actually. So the styling and all those doesn't work. Anyways, I will not do that styling right now. So this is there. So next thing we are going to learn is about the text area. So BR, and so again a div, BR and a div we are going to do it because we want them to be in the separate lines. So label is like we are going to do the label as message, and text area, we don't need all these things. So text area is a self closing. It is different than the not a self closing. You have to give it completely. So name as message I will give, and this will come like this. Okay, so this will come like this message. Okay, it is going a bit deep, but it is okay. The message, it is shown like this. Okay, so I want some space here. So what I am going to do, I will add some BRs here. At the end I am adding some BRs just to have some space, so that I can move it and you can see it properly. So messages is coming like this. So this is a text area. Here what I can do something like this. Here I have not seen. So here I enter the number because it is a type number, and here I can do multiple. Here I can do multiple statements. So this is different than the normal input box. So this is how the text areas are. So the next thing which we are going to learn is the drop down button. So how to use the drop down buttons. So again the br I'll do, and a div of label of favorite color I'll do, and I'll have a select statement, and name I will have as color. So this we are doing the drop down. Name we will have a color, and we will have some options. Some options we are going to have, and options value red, blue, green, and all those things we have. So this value is very important. This is something which goes to the backend, although we are not learning about the backend, but in option the value is something which will go to the backend, and this red, green, blue is something which will be shown to the user. See, this is small, this is big, this is capital letter. So I'll come here and see this red, green, blue. I can choose anything. This is how the option. So without CSS everything looks very bad. So all these things we can beautify with the help of CSS. So this is like that. And then the next thing which we are going to learn are about checkboxes and radio boxes in the form. So I'm continuing the form because form is the most important thing in HTML, and this is the most complicated also, because there are a lot of things are there, and all of things you can go to the W3 school sites and you can learn about it. So after this we have this again this br I'll take, and then the div I'm going to take, and then we're going to learn about checkboxes. Checkboxes are those click which you can do and select multiple things, and that is suppose the multiple question answers are also there in some college site or something like online paper you have given, and multiple choices are there, so that is from a checkbox only. So label I'll do, and this label I will do not label, this is not a label, I'll do a h4. What do you own? I'll do and then I will have a input type, not text, there is a type of check box I will do, and name equal to maybe bike, and value equal to bike. So value also equal to bike. So value is again, it will go to the backend, and this name is something which is unique to it. So input, and I can have the label after this. So label, it is not required that you should have before it. We are having a label after it for a reason. So label I will have after it, and I will have this as bike. Similar to this, I will have two more: bike, car, boat, I will have. Save it, and now I'll go back. So see, now it is showing like this. So this is like this, you will get it in a lot of places. I can select all also, I can select some of them also. So I can select all also, and this is all the checkboxes are about. So now the next thing which we are going to learn is about the radio boxes. So there is something known as the radio boxes also, and they are a bit different than the checkbox. This round boxes which we get, they are known as radio boxes. So here I am again going to have an h4, and there used to take something in which you can enter only one thing. So like a gender, a person can have only one gender, so that's why we can do the gender with something like this. And then the input type is radio, and name equal to gender, and value equal to male, and label is male, save it, and female, other, okay, save it, and will come. It is like male. If selecting male, the male is selected. If selecting female, female is selected. If selecting other, the other is selected. So it is like, it is changing. Here it was like I was able to select all of them, but here I am able to select. And one more thing to keep in mind is that name I have kept same, gender for AI. Here the name I have kept different. It is very important to have the same thing. These are also known as radio boxes groups. So they are radio groups also, because only one value will go to the backend. Either it will be male, female, or other. It is not like all the three values can go. Here all the three values can also go to the backend. So someone is asking something, okay. Okay, no problem. Like this. Yeah, you can do it like this also. Someone is asking me. Yeah, label is not required. You can do it like that also. But label is generally used, they are used in pairs. Yeah, you can use the code the someone is asking me, okay. Okay, you can do it like that. Not an issue. Okay. So you can use, at the end of the day, the main thing is that the radio box should be there, okay. So that is there. And now we are going to learn how to submit this form. Generally we have a input type submit button. So after this div I will come here and here, okay. Here I will come break row and input type is submit. Input type is submit. This is very important. Input type is submit, and value may be equal to send. I can do that, save it, and if I come here, see a send button has been created. Okay, one more thing I want to tell, there is something known as HR. So let me give that HR also after this form. HR means horizontal rule, so it will be nice to be seen. HR, save it, so that we can differentiate. Okay, this is a form. So the send button is there. So this is a button. Input as submit, you do, it's a button, and value whatever you write, value will be there. So if I click it, so it will submit this form. And one thing, notice that when I'm clicking it, this is getting refreshed. So input as submit, you do, it submits the form actually, and we'll learn about this logic later on in the JavaScript part also. We learn. So maybe today not, but in the JavaScript I generally teach that. So what is the input type submit and all those things are there. So input type submit is there. Okay. So this is how we submit it, and then so this is how a input type submit button is there. But beside this, we have a normal button also in HTML, and a normal button is done just like a button is there. Okay, so button tag is very easy tag. So button tag we are going to learn. So form is done. So button tag, if I'm going to learn, is like the just a button I do, and click me, save it, and if I come here, so I'm clicking it, nothing will happen. So all the click handlers and all those things are done by JavaScript. But see, it's a normal button, nothing will happen. Here I will clicking it, the refresh will happen. This is not a normal button. Okay, so the last thing here in the HTML which we are going to learn is about the image tags. Okay, so how to add those images and all. So how to show the images. Images are the main part of any website. So image we are going to do. For this I will come here, and generally we do it like this. I'll create a images folder I create, and I'll add an image from any site. So like go to the free site which is known as unsplash.com. It's a free to use site, so you should always go in this site only, means Google and all, they're not royalty free images. Okay, so what I will take, okay, I will take something desktop setup, maybe desktop setup, and all I'll do, maybe this one I'll take. Okay, this one I'll take, and I will take a maybe medium size image. I'll take, and show in folder, Control X, and here I'll come, and this is how I open it. Reveal in File Explorer I'll do. It will take me directly to here, and I will paste it here, and here I'll do unsplash, unsplash I'll do, and unsplash this image will be shown here. It has been imported. Now I have to show that image, so I will show the image. So through the image tag, of course, I'm going to show the image. Let me add a bit of b also here. Okay, so I will do this img and image tag, and source I have to give. Source I will give images, the folder, and then the unsplash.jpg I'll do, and I will give like this computer. I'll give this computer and save it. Alt also you have to take. Source you give the image link wherever the image is, and alt you give anything. Alt I will tell what is this alt. Alt also you have to give. Okay, so like this I will go back, and the where is it? Yeah, and the image has been shown, but it is quite a large image, so you have to crawl these things. But in HTML we don't have many things to change it, but we have just a small thing is there. But before that, let me tell what is this alt tag. Okay, suppose there is an internet connection issue and that image is not been loaded, then this alt thing will be shown. Or suppose the developer made some mistake and I'll do something like this. Okay, so that is not done. So the image is showing as broken, but the computer is been shown. So alt tag is for that only. And let me bring it back. So we have some other things through which we can control it. Not much thing, because much of the control is done through CSS only. So we have something known as width. Width is there, width equal to maybe 300, and height is also the height equal to 200 I will give. So if I save it, so width is 300, height equal to 200, so nothing is there. So these two things are there. Okay, and JavaScript is maybe going to start in JavaScript after CSS. Maybe another 30-40 minutes. I know a lot of people here love to learn about JavaScript. I will soon start. Okay, so now HTML is done. We are going to CSS. Okay, HTML is this much only. HTML you don't have to learn from some other place. HTML is this much only. But CSS is a lot. I will cover it quickly because most of the people always ask about JavaScript, and JavaScript maybe another 45 minutes or some. I will complete the CSS, then we'll jump over to JavaScript maybe at around 4:45 around something, and then we will try to close this by 5:30 to 5:40. Okay, so that is there. So I have closed it, and now we are going to learn about CSS. So CSS is also very important. So okay, so let us learn about CSS. So again, for CSS is for cascading style sheets. We use styles with the CSS, and again we need a HTML structure for the CSS. Let me close this also, or let me open a new window and let me close it after that. Okay, so now for CSS also I will go here, and here I'll go, and I will create a new folder, CSS Basics. I'll do CSS Basics. I'll do. Okay, and I will take it here, and again I will open it here. Okay, CSS Basics I'll do, and again CSS will require you again to have that okay, your HTML structure. CSS is on the top of HTML to beautify thing. So we'll come here, and we'll have to make a index.html again. So index.html we are going to create, and then we have to create an HTML structure. So this is like this, and CSS Basics I'll do, and then h1 is there, CSS crash course I'll do, CSS crash course I'll do. Save it, and let me open it. Open with live server. Okay, and it is opened, and if I refresh it, okay, this I have to give back and open and refresh it. So CSS crash course will be shown. So this is the thing it is shown, and the most common way to use CSS is through an external style sheet. There are some other ways also, but let us learn about the most common way to do it. So I'm going to come here, and I'll do a style.css I'll do, and then what we are going to do, we have to link this style.css. So we'll do it link. So this is something which you have to do, link a style sheet and style.css I'll do. Save it, and this style.css is linked. So now I can style the css. Okay, so this h1 I'll do, and the most common way is to the first tag which we will learn. Again, css is all about learning this different styles. So what I'm doing here, I'm targeting the h1 and then I'm going to the color, and color I'm going to do anything. Like by default it is black, so maybe I'll do a brown. So I'll do a brown here. So save it, and it is shown as brown because I've linked it. So this is how. So CSS is all about learning this, and there are more than 5 to 10,000. So you cannot learn all of them, and I cannot also teach all of them in such a small duration. And I have some big course on CSS. I'll give the link for the whole playlist which was done this month only, sometime after that, but at least we should do something. Then I will give the playlist. Okay, so that is there. So, and those people do have a GitHub. Okay, I will give a GitHub. Okay, I will put all of this on a GitHub in the description. Okay, description in the description of this video I will put all of this, okay, in the GitHub. Okay, so you all of them you can read. So that is all about it. And those who have not given the first attendance, please go to the YouTube channel and give the first attendance. Go to the especially this YouTube chat, and that the form is there, so please go there and mark your first attendance. And please do subscribe to my channel, YouTube channel, and like the video if you have not done it yet. Okay, so we are going there. Okay, so that is there. Style.css is there. Okay, how someone will sell the code, so many how I will sell this code. Okay, so that is there. H1 color browns I have given, and it has been done. Okay, so next thing which we are going to do is okay, let's do some different tags, and all those things are there. So there are many different ways to color this thing. So one more way to color this thing. Okay, let me have something more here. Also let me have an h3 here, and that h3 I will do a best place to learn CSS, and let me have a paragraph tag also, p tag also, and that is like lorem. I'll do save it, and this will come like this. So nothing is there, and I think it's time to reduce the size to zoom out, because CSS will not be correct if I show it in this zoom in mode, so it will not show correctly. Okay, so this I have zoom out now. Okay, from this, so this all these things are there. We can use different type of, so there are some other method also to put the color. Oh, okay, yeah, some of them are there, the top yeah, I know. The top codes for my mon clones are there that you can buy for the mon. There is some code for the mon that generally takes a lot of, it's like a month to make those mon clones. Yeah, let me tell on the YouTube. They take a lot of stuff. Okay, they take a lot of time. Yeah, I sell those things because they take a lot of time. They are on my YouTube channel, and I want you people to learn from those clones. And just like if I give a code of that, people don't go through the YouTube and all. So I have some very big clones, like production level clones on my YouTube channel also. So someone is asking about that. So those are things, yeah, definitely something I have to sell. So that those are there, means those mon clones and the Firebase clones on my channel. If you go to my channel, they're really big project, 3 hour project, and it takes more than 1 to 2 months to create. So that's why they are there. Okay, yeah, thanks Kandal. Yeah, so that is there. Okay, so that is there. H1 is there, and then I will tell about 2-3 other ways to also color. So there is something known as a hex code, so we can do through the hex code also. So this color codes are there, different color codes are there. There are around 144 color codes are there, but we can do the hex code also. Okay, so the h3, what I am going to do, h3 I am going to do with thing known as hex code. Okay, I will come here, and the color, let me first do it as blue, but then I will show the hex code. Yeah, hex code for this. Okay, so like this I can choose it. So this hex code nowadays it is very powerful. VS Code is very powerful. This is known as a color picker, so I can pick a color from here also, and I will choose it. I will choose some different color. I'll choose it like this. So this has given me some RGB. So RGB is also a type of color code in which first is red, second is green, and third is blue. So human eyes can see only RGB, so it is like this. So, and the combination of this. Okay, so I will do this RGB, and then it will show like this. So it is somewhat like a blue, and it is not even, I'm not able to view it. So let me make it a bit like this, save it, and see, it is like this blue. Okay, so that is there. And there is something else also which it is, this site is actually not showing. So let me show the most popular one. The most popular one is known as hex values. So hex values are something which we have always learned. So this is a good color picker, which HSL value is also there, but no need to learn it. Hex values are very old. So the hexadecimal, it is the hexadecimal value. It has got this 6 thing. Again, you don't have to learn about this, and you can again choose it from it. It will change all these 3 values. So you can use the hex also. Okay, so for P, I'll use color as hex only. Okay, so again some dark color, you should give some dark color. So I'll give some dark color, maybe some green, but dark green, because on white a dark color will also only go well. Okay, so this I will do like this and save it, and it will show like this. Okay, so like blue, dark thing. And I can change the body color also. So body color also I will do, and body color I will make it, so whole body color also I can do. So I will do the body background color. So there is something known as the background color. Background color I will do, and the background color, what I'm going to do, background color, I'm going to do this HSL. So this is also there, and this time I'll make it a bit green type of thing, a light green type of thing. Okay, so I could choose it from here. The background color I'll make like this, HSL. So save it, and if I come here, so this background color green is not looking good on it, so I'll make it a bit darker. Save it. So it is okay. It is looking good. So this is all about it. So yeah, grid systems and all I'm not going to teach right now. So Bhargavi, so you have asked, so what the grid system, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you a link. So CSS beginners to advanced course was done. In that I teach Flexbox also and grid also. So that is a 1 week course which is already completed on my YouTube channel, but every month I continue this. Every month there is a CSS Basics, JavaScript Basics, React.js Basics, and one more Basics is there. So those 3 basics are the most important. So CSS Basics I cover that, so I will give a playlist to that. Soon I will give a playlist here also. So that is there, playlist I'll give, you can learn from there, because this is very less time to teach. CSS at least takes around 6 to 7 hours. Even in a shorter form it will take around 6 to 7 hours to teach, and that's why I have that longer thing, around 6 to 7 hours of live streaming every month to teach CSS people. Flexbox, grid, everything is covered there. Okay, so this we have done till here. Then now let us do a bit more. Okay, so now what we are going to learn, we are going to learn about font family. So we can use font families also in the CSS. So font family I'll do. So font families are like different font families are there, just like in the document the font families are there. So we can have the font families here also. So I can have here like Arial, Helvetica, Sans Serif. So why I have taken 3 things. So first is the thing which is, these are all common fonts, Arial, Helvetica, and Sans Serif. So we can take all of these things and the second two is Helvetica and sans serif are known as fallback font, means they are known as fallback font because if see, in a browser what happens, all the browsers are made by different company. We know Chrome from Google and all those things, Safari from Apple and all those. So browsers are different, but the W3C they are different, which implements the HTML. W3C committee oversees the HTML. So suppose some font is not available in one browser. Suppose Safari is always troublesome. Safari and Internet Explorer are always troublesome. So for a developer. So suppose in Safari Arial is not there, although it is there. So then what happen? It will go to the fallback one, which is Helvetica. If that is also not there, it will go to sans serif. And that is also not there, it will jump to the whatever default font is there on a Mac system. So that is there like this. So these are, we have to give generally 2-3 fonts. Generally all of them are there. So this is how we change the font in this. Okay. So I'm going to quickly tell about a very good thing, which is which most of the developers love it. So that is known as Google font. So Google font is very good. If I go here in the Google font, okay, so their additional font which the Google provides us. Okay, so Google provides us this additional fonts, and they are like very good fonts. You can go through all of them, but this you have to import in the CSS. This is by default, it is not there. So I will take this one I am liking very good, or yeah, this one I will take. I want to take some cursive font, so I will select this style. When I select this style, this comes like this. Okay, this will come like this, and I have to go to this import. I can go to the link also. I have to go to this import, and I have to select this. Okay, and then I have to paste it at the top. Then in the paragraph, I want all of this thing is okay, but for the paragraph I want to use this font. So this font I will use this, like cursive we don't have to give, it is okay. Okay, this font family 𝐏𝐚𝐫𝐭𝐢𝐜𝐚𝐫 I will take, and in this case I will tell always use a fallback font. Why? Because what happened here, see, this I am taking it from the internet. See, means internet in the sense there is a link is there. Suppose your website is running and suddenly your internet goes away, so this font won't be able to show. So then the fallback font is very much important, and the Google fonts we always take it through this single quotes are there. So 𝐏𝐚𝐽𝐽 I will do, and that is for the this here. Okay, and it has changed to cursive, but it is looking very small. So let us do something to this. So what I am going to do here, font size is like 20 px I will do, and font weight is normal. Instead of normal I will give it bold. So 20 px, it has become a bit bigger and it has become a bit bolder. By default it is very small. So this I have done 20 pixel and all. So now we can also have something known as a line height. Line height is 1.maybe 6 em. I'm going to explain what is this em soon. 1.6 em. Okay, it is not showing because I have just one line only. So let me increase the lines here. So let's see, Control V, Control S. So there are more lines, so there is some space. So the more space has been added. With the line height we can add more space, but you will see this different kind of thing, like em is there, em is coming. Okay, em is coming. Okay, and we have em and we have px. So what is this em and px? So they are different unit of measurements, em and px. So there are actually 3 major units of measurement. One is px, one is em, one is rem. The example, so em is always meant to do with the parent element, something like the parent element. So for this h1 h3p, the parent is right now body, but we will add a parent for them, a common parent for them, which is known as a div. I'm going to add, I'm going to wrap them all in a div. Then the div will become their immediate parent or their parent. So I will wrap them all in a div, all these 3 in a div. The div will become their parent. So let me save it. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a div. So pixel is like simple, so like simple unit of measurement. So more pixel you give, the size will increase more. Okay, so by default, one more thing is that by default the browser, what happens, browser default size is 16 pixel for everything, 16 pixel. So we can use on top of it mainly for the paragraph and all. So here I'll do a font size of 10 pixel, okay, font size of 10 pixel, div the font size of 10 pixel, which is the parent we should know, and here I will make it as 2em. So it means em is always calculated with the parent, so 2em means the font size is actually 20px. okay, font size is actually 20px only, and if I do it 3em, so it is 30px. it is always in comparison with the parent, okay, in the parent of it, okay, and because of this, see, this have also become smaller, because this I have not given anything, so the parent size only I have given the as 10 pixels, so these are also affected, but we'll see how to fix this also. For this em is there, so there is some other thing known as rem, okay, I'll give rem. So this has become even more bigger. rem had become even more because rem is also like em, but what happens with rem, it is associated with the your root element. It is associated with the root element, not with your something like the parent. So for this, when you give rem, the root element is the parent, and as I told earlier, the root element or the body is the parent. The font size is 16px, so 3 rem is 16 into 3, so it is much more bigger than that, okay, it is much more bigger, so that's why it is like this. So it's better we take it as 2 rem only, because I'm going to remove this thing div. It is causing a lot of issues, because see, it was making this also smaller. So now we are going to learn about classes and IDs. So this, it was causing a lot of issues, and those issues can be solved with classes and IDs, okay. So see, it is always a very bad idea to give something like this body h1 h3p. so in bigger projects you are not even allowed to do these things, because it will cause, if there are 10 front-end developers working on a project, which is a very minimum amount, generally more than 50 front-end developers works on big projects. So this will cause havoc, means this p, if I give some, if every developer started giving p, the whole project will break. So people are not allowed to give this, because this is all global, okay, this is all global. So what we have the concept of classes and IDs in CSS. So suppose I can give the class here, so class equal to, I can give like container, I can give the container, okay, save it, and then this container I'll come and maybe it is wrapping everything, I'll give it here dot container, I'll give, and we'll give some something of it. So see, classes, what we can assign it to anything, and we can use at a lot of time. So whenever we do some classes, it is a unique identity of this div, so I can use it with this unique identity, this container. And let me give something like I'll change the background color is like maybe light pink I'll take, light salmon I'll take, okay, and I'll take a bit of padding also. So padding is something which I think we're going to learn soon. So padding is there, so these two things I am going to do. See, now all of this thing are a bit of padding is there, so it is coming like this, and cool thing, it is showing like a cool pink color, it is been shown, okay. So this is all about this. And now the thing is that with classes we can use at a lot of places, like this. I will do this container again, this time I'll make this p a bit smaller one. So I will also remove this CSS best course. So container I'm adding, using it again, I use it again, so it is coming again. So let us add the br also, so they are differentiated. So I can use the same styles again and again with the class of container, but there is something known as id. Suppose I want to give this p a different style, so I'll give it id, and the thing with id is that it can be used only once, not more than once. So second p I will going to give, okay, second p I am giving, and then I will come here and I want to give this, IDs are always giving with hash second p. So IDs are always like this different, okay. So hash and classes with dot. So second p I have given, Now I can change it, means the p is like this. I will actually copy all of this and I will change it all. So I won't make it a cursive and all, I will make it a normal Arial only. And maybe this thing I will make it as maybe blue I will make. Font size is 1.5, font weight is normal, and line height is 1.2. Save it. So see, it is coming in a different way from this p. So this is how we do it. Okay, so now we are going to learn about box model. So we are going to learn about box model. So let us learn about box model. And people, please don't leave this, and because you have to give a second attendance also to get the participation form. Without the second attendance, nobody will getting the participation form. Please, this time I will not be going to give anyone. Okay, so div is there and lorem is there. Like we are going to learn about the box model now. id equal to box model. So box model is very important interview questions, and in box model what happens, so every element in a HTML CSS, we have like a content, padding, border and margin. So what are those content, padding, border and margin? So we are going to learn about that. So now this box model I am going to do it. So box model will come here. And it seems like people know a lot of HTML CSS. Every time I do this, everyone always asks about JavaScript and all. Okay, so we will start JavaScript. I think next only we will start JavaScript. Okay, so now this is there. So background color, I will make it a bit different, maybe light sea green seems to be lighter. Good, light sea green I'll make. And width is of 300px, width is of 300px. And so a box model, it's a very important interview question also. So I've given a just of this and this, I've given a width also. So if I come back here, so something with some width is there, it is done. Okay, so there is thing known as border. So we can give border to anything. So border property, it is like this. Border, I will give a 15px solid, and maybe black I will give black. So it means a 15px border all way around, which is solid. There is something known as dotted and all also, and the black color. So it is like this, it will shown like this. So this is about the border. And then we have something known as padding. So see, if I give the padding of 50px, I'll give the padding of 50px, and let me save it. So see, there is some space around the content, and this is also known as breathing space. So the space around the content is been made. Okay, so hello Akash. And so this breathing space is made. If you are joining from YouTube only, please fill the attendance form, the first attendance form, and I am giving certificates also. Okay, so this is there, participation certificates. Okay, so this is there, and the padding is all around. Okay, so after this the padding is there. Then we have something known as a margin. It's like maybe margin I will take 20px. So what is this margin? So margin, see, suddenly I gave the margin, there is some space created between these two. So margin is between different elements. So margin is between different elements, between these two divs. So this is all on margin. So the box model, we can see it in a different way. If I right click it and inspect it, okay, right click and inspect is and please fill the attendance form, which is marked there in that chat. It is marked, it is the top. Okay, so this box model is there. So I will click on it. So see, you will see this box model here also. So 300 into 90, this is the content, and after the content the padding comes, which is like a 50px all the way around. After the padding the border come, which is 15px all the way around, and after that the margin come, which is 20px all the way around. So this is about the box model, and one thing to keep into notice is the padding is always around the element and margin is always between the element. The margin is between these two elements, these two div, this side and this. There is nothing here, so in between that, and if something was there below, it was between that. So margin is always between element and padding is always around element. That is one thing, tips which you can learn. So that is like that. So that is the box model, and this, one sec. Okay, so this margin is there. I can do this margin, instead margin and padding, so I can do it in a different, there are some other full forms also. Instead of this margin, what I can do like this, margin is like top of 5px, margin right of 10px, margin bottom of. So we can give individual properties also, like 5px and margin left of 10px. Save it. So it is the, actually if you come back here and if you see this box model, so it is like this. So it is like, now margin is top 5 bottom and right and left. So we can give the individual things like this also. So there is another short form also which you will see a lot, and which is like this. Instead of this, I can, instead of writing this margin top, margin right, margin bottom, margin left, I can do this margin of 5px, 10px, 5px and 10px. So this works in the clockwise ways, means this is margin top, right, bottom, left, top, right, bottom, left. It is like this. So you save it and see, it is again, it is like top, right, bottom, left. And we have again a two form thing. See, when the top and the bottom and the right and the left are same, we can even give another short form which is like two thing only, like margin of 5px and 10px. I'm going to do 5px and 10px. I'm going to do. So again it means the same thing, 5px and 10px. Again it means the same thing, means it means the top down is 5px and right left is 10px. Okay, so everybody is asking for the JavaScript thing, so we'll start the JavaScript. CSS is not this much, CSS is a lot more. So for that, and it takes a lot more time. It is not like in 2 hours you can teach CSS. As I've told, people have their whole career built on CSS, and CSS needs a lot of practice. You come in contact with me, and as someone was asking, I will soon open one of my Telegram group also. I have some Telegram groups also. In that you can ask some questions also, and most of the people are from my WhatsApp group, but I'll ask the serious people to join my Telegram group. Okay, so that is there. So where to learn the CSS, means I am not taught everything about the CSS, so I will tell, one sec, where to learn the CSS. One sec, I will I'll give a playlist to all of you. So from where to learn the CSS, so in this month only, so every month I take the CSS live class. So if you want to attend the live class, you have to wait for the next month, that is in January, and then January first week I am on leave. So the CSS will be happening from 10th of January, 10th of Jan to what, 14th of Jan, 10th of Jan to 14th of Jan is the CSS beginners to advanced things, and it's daily 1.5 hours, and you can do it. But the recordings of this month, you can see it here. So CSS Essentials, I will give the playlist. So here also I will give the HTML CSS is just for a web developer, you can do, but JavaScript is required very much for everything. Okay, if you want to become a web app developer, then JavaScript. If you want to code those 10-15,000 sites for a lot of time, you can do that, but then 10-15,000 is also a lot. If you Suppose I make I'm very good in sales also, and I can go to a lot of my relatives. I open my web app development company, and I reach to all the kirana shops in my neighborhood and all those things in my city, and I develop website for them and take 15,000 from them. So it's a very good business also. But yeah, for web development it is but for web app development it is not enough. Web app development, it is like building a Facebook's type of app. In my company is currently building a Practo kind of app. Okay, so those things I have a web training and development both companies. So those things require React.js. Those things cannot be, and React.js required JavaScript. Okay, so that is like that. Okay, so my CSS playlist website just required HTML, CSS, a bit of JavaScript is required. Web app required JavaScript plus React, because you won't understand React without JavaScript. Okay, CSS playlist is there, so I'm not going much into CSS. So CSS playlist, I will give it here also. CSS playlist, you all can learn it from here. CSS playlist. So JavaScript also I will try to do as much as possible, but again JavaScript will also take 5 to 6 hours, and recently I completed a JavaScript playlist also, so I'll give that playlist, but I will try to complete how much I can do in maybe the next 1 hour I will do. So let's learn JavaScript, because everybody wants to learn JavaScript, because that is something which people find tough, and I have people running. I teach on my personal front also. My web app development courses are there. So some people who are very good in HTML, CSS, they had came to me because they want to increase their salary. So again, the real story. So a guy was there, and he was a WordPress and HTML, CSS developer for the past 5 years, and he was earning only 35,000 rupees. So you can't earn more than 35,000 rupees, because these things are very easy. Nobody is going to pay you more than that. If you are only a HTML, CSS developer, that is the extreme. So initially you can start it. So initially you are a bachelor, it is okay. But once you are 5 years in India, in 5 years you get married, you have a kid and all this thing, 35,000 is very less. Even in a small city, 35,000 is very less. So what I am telling, if you are doing freelancing, then HTML, CSS is more than enough. But you are working for someone, HTML, CSS is never enough. Never enough. 35,000 is nothing. I don't know, means for someone it might be enough, but 35,000 is nothing. Means I should not tell, but the maid and all the carpenters, they earn 2 times of that. If you're a developer, then become a proper developer. So that guy came to me and he wanted to learn this JavaScript and React, because he know that 35,000 is nothing. So a lot of people like that come to me and they attend my full coding boot camps and 1.5 month long boot camps, and but the moment they see some that guy saw JavaScript, he was really scared and he ran away, means in 1 day only. But you cannot do it. If you want to change the direction of your life, you have to learn. You have to change the direction of your life, you have to learn. So people who are wanted to learn JavaScript are at the right place. I will give everything that you can learn JavaScript, and if you are not able to learn in the next 1 hour, you can attend the next full live bootcamp, or connect with me if you want to do some of my courses on my personal front, because on 15th January I am launching my next web app development course, full 1.5 month totally job assured course, because if you are going to do everything, I will make you to do everything, and that is paid course. Of course, that is through Zoom, that is not through YouTube or something, that is through Zoom, my personal, because right now I am completing some of my courses. I always I'm now totally booked. So on 15th Jan only I will be free, so then I will start my next live session. Okay, that is about me, and I will give a link at the end. Maybe I will show the link. Okay, so let's get started with JavaScript. And they say JavaScript is very difficult, very easy to learn, but very difficult to master. And we are not here to master JavaScript. See, always your main aim should be to learn React.js through JavaScript, not to become a master, because the old JavaScript is way too tough. If you go with this keyword only, you will be stuck for a long time. So JavaScript was used to add interactivity, but nowadays JavaScript is used to do everything. From the login part on a Facebook site, which is done through Redux and all those things are handled by JavaScript. So earlier I could have seen that the button click is through JavaScript, but right now it is not just the button click. The whole website is through, because of JavaScript. You're clicking somewhere, you're posting some comment on Facebook. So those have a complicated thing, which again I expertise also, and I teach also, because that is what I have done for most of my career, developing web apps like Facebooks and all those things. Okay, so those things are complicated, like all backend APIs and all those things are there. The moment you post something, those all things are in JavaScript. Okay, those all things are in JavaScript. Okay, so see, JavaScript playlist I have not given. This is just a CSS playlist. JavaScript playlist I will give. I have recently completed JavaScript also. JavaScript playlist also I will give. Let me first do the JavaScript, then I will give the JavaScript playlist. So CSS playlist is for 1 week, and then the JavaScript playlist is there. JavaScript playlist I will give. I'll give after this. Okay, I'll give after this. Okay, so JavaScript is add as I've told everything. So JavaScript we are not going to learn through JSBin. So we are going to learn through a tool known as, like, it is known as JSBin. So it's an online editor. Nowadays a lot of online editors comes, so we are going to learn JavaScript through this online editor. And let me increase the font size. 150 is enough. So this online editor is like, you can do HTML, CSS, JavaScript, console, everything. So JavaScript mainly we can see in the console part. So console is what? If you right click and inspect, so this is where the developers runs, and this is the real development. Till now what we have done, HTML, CSS, they were not the real development. Means not like that a real development. This is HTML is a template, is just for the structure, CSS for the styling, but this is what the real development is. If someone has done Java or C++, it is very easy for them to learn JavaScript, because JavaScript is 10 times simpler than that, because it doesn't have much of class concept, although there are classes are there in ES6, but JavaScript is 10 times simpler than those traditional programming languages of Java and C++. They are much more complicated. So if you are done in your engineering in IT or even in electronics, you will find JavaScript really easy, although they don't teach this thing, which is the present and the future, because the age of Java has gone in 2010. From 2010 it is the age of JavaScript. Till the next decade, till 2030, it will be the age of JavaScript. Okay, maybe something else will come, but JavaScript has the blessing of the biggest company in the world, which is the Facebook, because React is there and everything is React. Okay, so I don't have to tell that from React Native till everything is React from backend. Okay, so let's start with JavaScript. So JavaScript, again I will compare with some traditional programming language. If you're coming from traditional programming language, there is something like integer, string, and all those things are there. In JavaScript those things are not there. Everything is a var. So everything was a var till 2015 there were major update, not changes, listen to this, there were major update in the language and the new features were added known as ES6, and those things also I am not going to teach it here. Those are there in my longer 5 days workshop. It is there and you can go through it. I'll tell. So those two new things were added through ES6. One is known as let and const, because JavaScript have a lot of bugs, because JavaScript was created in a hurry, so there were a lot of things which were not right in JavaScript, because in 1995 nobody thought that JavaScript will one day rule the world. Everybody thought that Java will rule the world. You to play serious and complete course beginners to advanced. It is beginners to advanced. It is beginners to advanced. Okay, it is all beginners to advanced. From 0 till end I will do. So 0 to hero also you can see. It is like that. Okay, because in 6-7 hours you can JavaScript and CSS is more than enough, and React is also more than enough in 6-7 hours. It is not like Angular or something, but the main thing is that you have to make projects after that. With HTML, CSS, make a lot of projects. With JavaScript, make a lot of projects. With React, make a lot of projects and get a job. The moment you do at least 10-15 projects like those someone was asking on the YouTube, those go through my channel and even create those 4-5 MUN projects, or the Firebase projects are there. MUN means MongoDB, Express, React, and Node.js and MongoDB. All of them are very easy though. Just all those projects, if those are there on your portfolio and you have to have a portfolio site, you'll get a job anyways. And connect with me, and you have to share a lot on LinkedIn. Previously only I was talking to one of my student who was following me for a long time, and he was saying that because of you I have become so popular on LinkedIn, and that I'm giving so much job offers and all. So that is like that. Okay, so let's get started. So we have 3 things nowadays in JavaScript. One is var, second is let, and third is const. So var f name equal to 𝐴𝐵𝐴𝐵𝐴. So I'm taking a string. F name is 𝐴𝐵𝐴𝐵𝐴 I'm taking, which is a string. So I'm not taking anything string like this. So that is not there in JavaScript. Var f name is like this, and then let hell name equal to Biswas. Okay, and I should be consistent. I can take a double quotes also, or I can take a single quotes also, it doesn't matter. And there is another thing known as backtick also I can take. So Biswas, and then const, the other thing is const full name, and I can take this thing like N is capital, this is known as camel casing also. I can do this also, and it should be done generally 𝐴𝐵𝐴𝐵𝐴 Biswas. So you will say nothing else, nothing difference is there. And we have console.log in JavaScript, just like in any other language like C, or if you are coming from C background, print or something is there. Here we'll have a console.log of like this, name last name full name, and I'll run it and see it will come. So it is like nothing different is that you might be saying, okay, var, let, and const are like same only, but there is a bit of difference, and let me tell about that difference, what is there. Okay, so the thing is that var is from the beginning of JavaScript. Since 1995 JavaScript was released, then after for 20 years there were no update in JavaScript, literally none, even though from in the next 2 years JavaScript become the main thing, because the browser understands only JavaScript, nothing else it understands. Hi Tazdar, hello from Mumbai. Okay, so browser doesn't understand anything else. The main thing is that it still today, till today, it understands only HTML, CSS, JavaScript. The React.js and all those things are compiled to JavaScript. Okay, that is a different thing, but they didn't updated anything in JavaScript, although there were a lot of things were there. And in 2015 they updated it with, they introduced let and const, because you cannot remove anything from JavaScript. It will break half of the internet, it will break half of the old sites, or the new sites will break. So they always add in JavaScript, they can never remove anything from JavaScript, or they can also not solve any bug. So there is a bug in var. So what is that bug? And because of that let was introduced. So let us understand that. Okay, so you will understand, you will hear a lot, okay, that var is functional scope, var is not blocked scope, let is blocked scoped. So what is that? So let us do that. What is that? So suppose if I have a statement like an if statement, if true, I'll do, okay, so it is a if statement which runs only if it is true. Okay, so I have just given true, so it will always be true and it will run. So if a statement are like that in every programming language we have if statements. And now I will have a var of num1, so I'm giving 20. See, I am giving 20 here. Here I have given it as a string. So in JavaScript it doesn't matter, you don't have to give an int or string like that. There is nothing in there in JavaScript. JavaScript is also known as loosely typed language, and Java, C, C++ are known as strongly typed language. Okay, so this num1 20 I have taken, and then console.log I'll take inside if var, and I'll do a plus here. So plus, and I can do a num1 here like this. If I do num1 like this, what will happen? It will print this, means, so it will print the num1 value which is 20. So inside if var I am taking this, and then I will have a outside if var also I'll have. So what I want to tell, in most other programming languages this will fail. Why this will fail? This outside if var, it will fail because the scope of var num1 will end from here till here. It will only from here to here. You do it in Java, you do it in C, you do it in C++, it will fail. So the scope of any variable is been created inside means if statement, switch statement, or anything, for loop, all those things create scope in all those things, all those languages. So they are known as block scoped. So this is not, var is not block scoped. And if I run this, so it will show this. Okay, it will even show this. So it is not failing it. Okay, var outside if var is also running. So this is like this. Okay, it is not failing. So if I do the same thing, so this is sort of bug or something, whatever you say. Okay, so I will do a let num1 equal to maybe third num1. Okay, let's not take it a num1, it will give me error. Let num2, I will take num2, and inside if let me comment this out. Okay, so now I will run it and see, it is giving me reference error. Inside if let is running, but it is giving me reference error that num2 is not defined, because num2 is ending from here to here. So when we give let is a block. So just like the Java, C++, let is very modern, so you should use let in most of the cases, because this is sometimes it is creating the global scope. But you might have heard that okay, so this let thing creates this var thing creates a functional scope. So what is a functional scope? So let us understand what is a functional scope actually. So functional scope means if I wrap this in a function, so suppose, so functions in JavaScript we do it like this, function var ex. So like this we do the functions. So functions are done like this, and control X and control V. Okay, okay, so functions I will do like this. Okay, a lot of people have attended till now, and it is very good, and because I am going to give the second attendance form now, because we might end in the next half an hour. So I will give the second okay, so just give second so just give the second attendance form on the YouTube chat. All of you please fill it, to get the certificate. Okay, so I will compare both of the attendance form, and then only you are going to change. Okay, you want to change, learn React.js. React.js is starting next week on my YouTube channel from Monday to Friday 8:30 p.m. IST. Okay, so you can learn from there. Akshay, someone is asking on my YouTube channel chat that he want to learn, so it is, I will tell, it is starting next week on this channel. Okay, it is starting next week. Okay, so this is like this. Okay, so I was telling that all of you meanwhile do the attendance, and do subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not done yet. I hope I am giving something useful here, and so no need to give present there on the YouTube channel. Just fill that second attendance form, Tasdar, and it will be good to get. This is to get that participation certificate, and I will tell you that I'll also give all of you a shout out on my LinkedIn. I have around 19,000 connection on LinkedIn, so it reaches to everybody, so it will be very beneficial for your career also. So that's Google form have a LinkedIn profile also. So if you want a shout out, please give the correct LinkedIn profile. So a lot of people don't give the current LinkedIn profile, or they don't have, so please give the correct one. Okay, so you'll get this and get a shout out from me, maybe on Monday, this Monday, coming Monday. I will tell that all of you have completed this, and it will be very beneficial for your career. Okay, so what I was doing, so I created a function now, and I have wrapped this in a function. This whole thing is a function. I have wrapped this. So now I will call this function like this. We call a function in JavaScript also, we call a function like this. So I will call this function, and see inside a var and outside a var are still running. But if I do see like this outside, so because as I've told, the var is this doesn't create any thing like a scope, so it is like from here till here it is there. Okay, so now I will console.log, I will do it here, and outside function var I'll do, and num1 I have done. Okay, So now it will give an error that num1 is not given. Outside it doesn't exist. Outside the function it doesn't exist. So if you have to create a scope, you have to put it inside a function, as simple as that. So this is how it works. And constant is very simple. Constant is like constant is like const age equal to 38 if I do, and then age equal to 39. I cannot do this with a constant. Okay, I cannot do this with a constant, and it will give me error that constant variable cannot be done. So this is it is not allowed in a constant. So constants are mainly used for that reason only. So this is all about the constant. So now the next thing which we are going to learn is about data types. So we are going to learn about data types. So okay, so data set. Someone is calling. It's okay. Data types. We are going to learn about the data types. Okay, so data types are there, and then so just like any other programming language, we have data types also in JavaScript, but there are around 6 data types in JavaScript. So these are the 6 data types in JavaScript. Okay, these are the 6 data types in JavaScript. So first one is a string, which we all know, which is what is a strings, like they're in all other languages also, and in JavaScript the string is like a single quotes, double quotes, or there is another thing which is another way to give a string in JavaScript, which is like this backtick. So backtick is something which is below the escape. So backtick is there. So backtick, with from the backtick also we can give the string. So strings are like this. Numbers are by default whatever is there in other programming language, but it is a bit different in JavaScript. Why? Because numbers, like in if you are coming from a C++ background or a Java background or a C background, there we have integer and floats are different. But here everything is a var, let, or const. And what happens means the compiler will learn what is whether it is a var, whether it is a let, or the const, or it will do like that. So it doesn't matter, means okay. So that is the numbers. Then boolean is like any other language, no, like true and false. Null undefined we'll learn. Okay, yeah, template string, that is known as template strings. Okay, fancy, good. Template strings, they are known, and they are there in my longer version of this. Okay, so null and undefined is also there. So let us do it. Const. So let us do all these data types once in a window, and const age equal to 39, const rating equal to 9.5, const is trainer equal to true, const x equal to null. Okay, so x equal to null, and let y I am doing. Okay, so now what we are going to do, and I'm going to tell a bit more about them. Console.log. So there is a type of operator is there. So type of is there through which we can learn what is a type of anything. Age, ratings, is trainer, x, y. So if I do this, so what will happen? Type of number is a string, which is by default it is there. This is number, this is also number, as I was telling. This is boolean, this is object and undefined. Okay, so object and undefined, I will come to that later on. So what are this null and undefined? And symbols, I'm not going to tell. Symbols are introduced in ES6, and it is a bit complicated data types, and we generally don't use it. Basically it is like an array thing which we have. So that is like that is the symbol. Okay, so the thing is that what are null and undefined? So everything is clear, but what are null and undefined? So null and undefined both means empty values. Both of them means empty values. I think null is there in other undefined is there in other programming languages, but null is not there in a lot of programming languages. I might be wrong because I have not done in a longer time Java and C++ and all those things. It's because I have not to touch, because C++ I've done in college, engineering, B computer science, more than 16 years back. Then I have never touched and all those things. Okay, so those things are there. So what is both of them means empty values, okay, but they are a bit different. So null is assigned by the user, and undefined, if you leave something like this, okay, if you leave something like this, this will become undefined. So it is assigned by the system. Null is assigned by the user. So in programming we need it sometime to assign null, and if we don't assign anything to a variable, it will be undefined. So a very good example is like that many of you are like a college student. Still most of the colleges takes the form. The colleges, schools, everything is not online. Even if everything is online, they will take an offline form. You fill that form, then you have to give it to the clerk, and they will manually put that in the system. Everything works like that in India right now also. So those things work like that. So what is there in the form? There is sometime always, means not sometime, always a mid name section is there. First name, last name, and mid name. And a lot of people don't have a mid name. See, I have a mid name which is Kumar, but my kid doesn't have a mid name because I have not kept a mid name. I don't like mid name. So I have not kept a mid name. So what I will do when I go to his school form, so that mid name section is there, I will put an A there, not applicable. Or I can also do that, I will leave it blank. So the clerk who is seeing that, they will learn that, okay, if the mid name is NA, means the kid doesn't have a mid name. If the mid name is also not given, the kid doesn't have a mid name. So both of them means the same time. No value is there. Both of them means empty values. So that is like that. Either I can assign or I can leave it blank. So that is a null and undefined. Okay. So that is about null and undefined. Okay. So someone was talking about template strings. So let us learn a bit about template string also, although it's a ES6 concept and I don't generally teach this ES6 so early. ES6 and all these things are, all these complete topics are in my JavaScript playlist, and that you can see on my channel. And please do subscribe to the channel if you have not done yet. It helps me to reach more people like you. So this is there, JavaScript and console. And now we are going to learn about string concatenation or template stringing, as someone was telling on here, and it is string concatenation. Const name equal to Bindu and const age equal to 39. Okay, so first we are going to do the old way, which is there. Old way is actually a bit, not a bit complicated. Still we use that old way, but it is a bit, you'll see the problems with that. So old way of string concatenation is that, like, suppose something I want to put and something else I want it to be taken from this variables. So suppose I want to do console.log of, I want to do this, my name is Nabindu. I want to write this statement, my name is Nabindu and I am 39 years old. I want to write years old, not year old, years old, YAR, like quotes and S. I want to do this. So the first problem appears here only. I have to, because I am using a single quotes, I have to escape this with the backslash like this, and then I can use it. So years, because it was again using this dot, so I have to use the years like this. Okay, years old. So this thing I have done. Okay, years old I have done. So I will think, okay, it will print everything correctly, because this will take the variable. But again I was wrong. There are some bugs in, and there are some errors in, it's not bugs, there are some errors in this. See, I have to keep in mind that there should be space here also, a space here also, a space here also, all those things, or else it is all showing it in one thing. So this thing I have to keep in mind. This thing generally most of the people forget about this thing, and they have to do it the second time. So these things I have to keep, this thing I have to, and this thing also I have to understand this back, I have to escape if it is having the same thing. So this thing I will do, and now it will be right. So the new way is through template stringing. template string. So this is into a since 2015 in ES6. So the new way is like I can write the free flow English like this, console.log, and backtick I'll do. So backtick is what? Below the escape. Hello Amol Patil, welcome to my channel. So below the escape there is a thing which is known as backtick, or tilde also, we call it tilde. So my name is, I will do my name is, and then the dollar I will give dollar name. Okay, so this dollar thing is required if it is something variable, and dollar and this curly bracket is required. My name is this, and I, and should be spelled right, and I am dollar age years. So years also I can give, no worries in that, years old. And I'm writing like free flowing English, so I will learn means I will definitely give a space because I'm writing like free flowing English. Okay, so if I clear it, so this is the second thing is coming exactly like that, and there is no issues are there. So this is for template stringing are there. So there are three main things which I am going to teach today, which is one is a string, other one is array, and next the last one is object. So those three things are there in any programming language, and also in JavaScript it is there. So let us learn about the string methods first. Okay, so like the string methods we'll learn. So const str equal to hello JavaScript. So hello JavaScript I have, and then console.log str.length. So there are a lot of methods, okay, in JavaScript which we can use on a string, which we can use on arrays and objects. So one of those method is this, and rest so this what it will give, it will give me the length of the string, which is 16. Okay, so similar to that there are other methods also, like console.log str.to uppercase to uppercase, and str.to lowercase, and if I run it, so it will change everything to a uppercase, and it will change everything to a lowercase. So this is inbuilt into the browser, inbuilt into JavaScript, this thing. So we have some other good thing like to str.substring 0,7 I have. So if I do this, so okay, str.substring, I should spell it right, str.substring. So it will cut it from zeros. Everything start with a 0 in every programming language. So in JavaScript it starts with a 0 to 7 it will do. So something else we will also take str.includes, like includes I can do, and I can search for something which is there or not. So I'll search for Java, so Java is there, so it will return me either true or false. So it will return me true, so because Java is there. But suppose I will do for this, and str.includes COBOL, so COBOL was not there, so COBOL it will give me false. So these are some of the string methods, and you can go through more of a string method through a very good site known as string methods MDN. Search for string methods MDN. You'll go to the Mozilla Development Net. Actually there are two very good sites to learn everything, means most of the things. One is the Mozilla Development Net, other is W3C School, the basic thing, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. But this is much better. This is a bit more complicated, but this is much more better. So if you go here, I have searched that thing, so you'll get all the string methods here, and nice documentation is there. But and this which is there, like this delete button, delete icon is there, means that is not there. So JavaScript is also an evolving language. A lot of things are added since 2015. Every 2-3 years they add a lot of thing in the language. Okay, so that is like this, so you can go through that. Okay, so now the next thing which we are going to learn is about arrays. So arrays, just like in other languages we have arrays here in JavaScript also. So arrays are common in every other languages. They're used to store data in a very sequential order, which will have arrays are like index from 0, the index will start. So arrays are there. Okay, so but JavaScript arrays are a bit different because the JavaScript is a loosely typed language, so it's a bit different. So we are going to learn about array and const lang. Suppose I have a lang equal to JavaScript comma Java comma C++ comma Golang comma Kotlin comma 6 comma true. So see, this is a bit different than other programming language. Why it has been different? Because if you go to C, C++, Java, they have either integer array or a string array, but here I have a combination of these. String is also there, number is also there, boolean is also there. So if I want to say this, so I'll do console.log of lang. Okay, I don't want this double quotes. Console.log of lang I will do, and this lang will come. Okay, so now these are again arrays are also 0 index, so it will start with the 0 index. So if I want to do anything, means like I want to see this 2, so I'll give a index of like this, and 2 I will give 0 1 2. It's like C++ will be shown. So this is like this. Okay, so arrays also we can add in arrays in different ways. We can add in arrays. Okay, so adding some element is in an array is very important. So that is one of the very important thing, to add something in an array. And to add something in an array, we can also do it like this lang like 3. So it's not to spell it right, lang 3 equal to C I'll do, and then console.log of lang I'll do. Okay, I'll do it, and see C is been added at 3rd index. But this is not a right way. If we want to add something in the middle, we can add it like this. But generally in an array, either we add at the start, or we add at the end, or and also we delete from the end, or we delete from the start. So we'll see 4 methods for that. Okay, so first method I'm going to see, I want to delete these 2 things. This seems like very odd, so I'm going to delete it. So I'm going to delete something from the end of the array. So what I have to do, lang dot pop, and I will do it 2 times, and then I will do this console.log lang, and see this is the 3rd console. So this is 2 things are removed. So this is how the pop works. Pops removes from the end. So I want to add something to the start. I will use lang dot push and like Pascal. This will add something to the start, and if I do lang dot unshift and shift, it will add to the start. And again I'll do a console.lang. See, shift is added to the start because of this unshift, and push is a push, Pascal is added to the end because of the push. So similarly we can remove also something from the start of the array, and that is through lang dot shift. Just it doesn't take any parameter, and then so this shift will be removed from the end. So this is some of the array methods. Okay, so let me comment this all out. So we have got, again, just like the string methods, we have got some very good array methods also. So let us look into some of them. So I will take this thing only, and then console.log of array dot is array. I'll do a lang, I'll do. So this is the method through which we can see whether whatever you pass, it is an array or not. So I will see. So it is giving me true because it is an array. So if I pass, suppose like JavaScript here, or maybe instead of passing JavaScript I'll pass the lang of 0, which will in turn give the JavaScript, so which is a string, so it will give me false. So this is one of the method. Then again I have that includes method here also I have. So console.log lang dot includes I'll have something which is already there, includes JavaScript. So it is giving me true because JavaScript is there. Suppose I have as includes Flutter, and it is giving false because Flutter is not there. So these are the JavaScript methods. But one thing again, array methods MDN, again go to this, but I'll tell the array methods are the most important methods. You'll get a lot of methods there like filter and all those things, and all those things are mainly, most of the things are from ES6, because an ES6 is very important if you want to go towards React. It is very important. ES6 is very important, and all these methods I have taught in my JavaScript, and I will give the playlist soon. So you go through it, and the ES6 class I have taught about all of them. Very good way I have taught about all of them, because some filter, map, reduce are very important in ES6. Filter, map, reduce, find, and all those things are very important. Okay, and maybe I will also give you all people I have a Udemy course also. I will give the coupon for that. You can get for free. It's a very complete course also. Maybe I will give the coupon. And if one more thing, if someone is attending from the, I know most of the people you are attending from my WhatsApp group, but if someone is attending from YouTube and want to be a part of my group, so what I will do, I will have some lot of groups. Like, want to be a part of this group and you want to get connected with me, so I'll give that on the WhatsApp. So this WhatsApp group you can join. Okay, so you can be a part of that. Okay, so that is there. So yeah, array methods you will do and you can do it from there. So from my playlist also you do it. Array methods are very important in even many the ES6. Okay, so next thing which we are going to do is JSBin, not HSBin, this is JSBin. I'll do. So objects are also very important in JavaScript. So JavaScript is also, so this is different from the classes objects which we have learned in the C++ and C++ and Java object oriented programming. This is different. This is just a structure like arrays. This is a structure, but it's a key value pair. It's a key value pair. So let us learn about that. So like it is like const person I have like, and f name is Nabendu. So it is a key value pair. L name is Biswas and age is 39. His trainer is true. Like this. This is objects. So what are objects? Objects are key value pair. So one of the important thing is that key should always be in a string. Although I am not giving a single quotes or double quotes, it is always a string. So there is something like a JSON object in which everything should be double quotes unless it is something like a number. Everything should be double quotes, but it is not in JavaScript. It is not required. So this is a key value pair. So key is always a string, although the string part is not required, but the value can be different things. So it can be a string, can be a number, can be this, can be another array also altogether. So this is like this, console.log of person. I will do. So there is a bit of a bug in JSBin, so it shows this object, ignore this thing. So it is like this, it will come. Okay, so if I want to, again, accessing the value is a very important thing. Array also we access the value through that bracket notation. So here we are going to access the value through that dot f name. I will do first name it is known as dot notation. So dot notation, it will give me 𝐴𝐵𝐴𝐵𝐴. Similarly, there is another notation known as bracket notation. So that is been done through like this, into this bracket, and then in a single quotes I'll give it L name. Single quote is very important to give. So I'll name, and it will give me. So why it is giving me, why this most of the time you're going to use this only, but suppose in some case maybe some developer or someone, so they gave it as like this, last name in the quotes they have given, the space also they have given. So I cannot do it in the dot notation, I have to use the this notation only. So because, so in those cases you can use, but this is a very rare case, but then also you can use it like this. Okay, so that is there. And objects doesn't have much of a methods and all, so those are not required. Okay, most of the array methods are very important. To learn JavaScript, the most important thing is the array method. To learn React, the most important thing is to learn the array method. So map, reduce, filter, and lots of the other things are there. And to learn ES6 is a must to learn React. It's just a must to learn React, and that you can get from my playlist. And also now the next thing we are going to learn is the loops and the if statements and all we are going to learn. Okay, so I'll do a JSPen. So we are going to learn about the for loop now. Okay, so for loop, and like this traditional for loops are there in all the other languages, so it is there in JavaScript also, and it is the most common used loop. And the other loops like for each and all, they are in my ES6 course, that is there on my JavaScript playlist also. So the for loop is there, and for let. So those people are just connecting from my YouTube, and they are new, so please connect with me on WhatsApp. I'm going to give some very good goodies today, okay, in the WhatsApp group. Free goodies again. I is less than equal to 10, I plus plus, okay, console.log. So let us use the template string, because I've just told you the template string. Loop number $I will take. Okay, so this the I have taken. So and I will run this loop, it will print this loop. Now so how it is printing this loop, now this is very important to understand. So this traditional for loop you must have done in C, C++, Java, all those things. It is like this. So it has got three components to it: for let I equal to 0, I is less than 10, equal to 10, I plus plus. So when this loop runs for the first time, what happens, it initializes a temporary variable I. So you can give it anything. I equal to 0, 0 is less than equal, then it would check this condition, 0 is less than equal to 10, which is true. 0 is actually less than equal to 10. Then it would come down. At that moment only it will come down, and loop number it will tell it as, means 0. 0 will be printed. Okay, 0 will be printed. Okay, okay, and as you are not in my group, okay, I didn't knew that. Okay, copy link. Okay, if someone is coming here, I thought you're from some of my group. Okay, they can connect to one of my group. So this is the one of my group. Okay, so connect with me on one of that group. I have a lot of groups in WhatsApp. Okay, so each one is just filling. Okay, so this is there. The loop number is like this. So loop number 0, 1, 2, 10, all of these things are coming. So how it is coming, I was telling. So let I equal to 0, I is less than equal to 10, 0 is less than equal to 10, it is there, so 0 will be printed. Then for the next time, so first time what it did, it did this and came down, and then the loop will be executed till this condition is true. Then it will come from this way, I plus plus. I plus plus is actually a short form of I equal to I plus 1. I equal to I plus 1, it is a shortcut. So I will now become 1, and this will say, see, 1 is less than equal to 10. Now it will not again do the initialization, and it will come here and it will again come down. So loop 1 will be printed. Then it will go loop 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, even 10 it will print. 10 is less than equal to 10. Yeah, it is true, 10 is less than equal to 10. But the moment it does that's 11 is less than equal to 10, it is not true, and it will break that loop and it will come out. So this is how traditional for loop work, and this is the loop which we are going to use most, but we are going to use a different avatar of it known as a for each. Internally it works like this only. So this is how this is there. So the next thing which we are going to learn is the if-else statement. So if-else statements are very common. It is there in all the other programming languages also. So let us learn about the if-else statements. So suppose I have some const x equal to string 10. So mind it that I have made it a string 10. So see this, it is a string 10. Then if x double equal to, so this is again in other programming language also, this is known as comparison, and this is known as assignment operator, this is known as comparison operator. You might have heard those theoretical terms. So this is just to check it. And if a statement, if we do some checking, it either gives a true or false, and depending upon if it is true it will go inside, if it is false it will not go inside. If x equal to 10 I will do, and console.log x is 10. I have done this. So in most other programming language this is not true. Why this is not true? Because this is string 10 and this is number 10. I am comparing a string 10 with a number 10, and but if I am running it in JavaScript it will run, because what, JavaScript again have a sort of a bug or something like that. So double equal to does not do a strict comparison. What it does, it try if something is there like a string 10, string and a number comparison, it will do, it will try to convert that string to a number. So this number, this string 10, it will convert to a number 10, and then it is equal in JavaScript, but not in other programming language. And to overcome this, they have something known as strict comparison also. If I do a triple equal to, now this will not change anything. So string 10 will be compared to a number 10 and it is not true, so it will show me nothing. And for this reason, this cases only, we have an else part. So else part is run when the if part is not true, x is not 10, run it, x is not 10 will be done. So this is how if else statement works. Okay, so we have something more known as the or and operator, which also we can use with the if statements. Okay, so const x equal, no, not x, because it will give me error, because x I have already declared it, so it will give me error. So maybe y equal to 20 and const z equal to 30 I'll do, and then let me tell someone something. Yeah, triple equal to, yeah, triple equal to is that's good. Triple equal to is there. That is only in JavaScript, nothing, no other language have this triple equal to thing. It does strict comparison, means it doesn't change anything. So if x, let's use triple equal to from now on. So you should always use triple equal to, even if it is like this. If x triple equal, so we are learning about the or and operator. If x triple equal to is 20, or we can use the or also, y, no, what, not x, it is y actually, y triple equal to 20 or z triple equal to 30, or maybe let me make it 40. So console.log any one of the statement is true. So or operator means two pipes. So if any of the statement is true, it will go down and it will print us, see, any of the statement is true, because this one is true, this one is false, then also it is true. So this is about or operator. Any one of the statement is true, it will be true. So similar to that, we have a and operator. Both of the statements are true. Oh, so this one only ran, so let me also comment this out. So nothing ran because this statement is not true. But if I make this as 30, now this will run, both of the statements are true. So this is all about it. And now Actually I have completed all JavaScript, means basic Java, only ES6 is remaining. So let me complete the last topic also, means if I have completed this much, most of JavaScript, although I have done it a very fast way, but I have completed most of JavaScript actually. So let me complete the last one also, which are the functions. This is a lot of JavaScript I have completed, although very fast I have done. So we will learn about functions here. You will get your certificate by today or tomorrow. You will get the certificate. I have to first check all those things, so at least 30 people I think will get the certificate, so those things take time. Today or tomorrow you will get the certificate. Okay, so let me also tell. And on the mail you will get, so hope you are given the right mail. Today or tomorrow. Okay, today or tomorrow. Okay, so that is there. So let us do the last topic also. So there are functions. So functions in JavaScript are like this function you have to give. So this way is known as function declaration also. So we have to use the function keyword add nums and then num1 comma num2 and console.log of, maybe I'll do num1 plus num2 and add nums, and I can do anything like. So this is how functions works in JavaScript, and I'll do this, and the function keyword is there, and this method is also known as function declaration. So this is the one method. Okay, so I will not show those things so much concept here in, so and we don't have time for that. You see my long JavaScript 5 hours 6 hour course, those things are there. We do a project also with DOM, so a lot of DOM things are required for a project, so those things are also been taught in the longer version, or you can attend the longer version live next month in Jan. Okay, so that is there. So we have ran out of time, so I will stop in the next 5 minutes. Okay, so this is there, this is the add nums is there. So this is how we run the functions, and then the next way is to have there is something known as function expressions in JavaScript, which is again there is no other programming language have that. So in that what happens, so okay, one more thing I want to tell, this instead of this console log I can also return something from any function. So this is there in every other programming language. I will return this thing, and if I return this thing I have to catch it somewhere. Okay, so I'll do a console.log of here, and I'm catching it here, and this is again do the same thing 50. Now the second way, this is the function expressions, which is like this only in JavaScript. I will cut it here, and it is sort of an anonymous function. I can assign it to a variable like const add, like this, add nums is equal to function like this. Okay, and clear, run it, and I will get the same thing. This is known as function expressions. Okay, from function expressions in 2015 there came one thing known as arrow functions. Again a lot of these things I will teach, but the arrow functions are much more superior. There was a problem with JavaScript with the this keyword, so that was solved with arrow function. So even I can remove this thing, and I can do a fat arrow which is known as equal to and greater than. There is no space here, don't give any space, and this is also a valid function, arrow function. Okay, so now we can also, okay, one sec, someone is telling me hello on YouTube. Okay, so we can also convert this. Okay, we can convert this arrow function, we can reduce it. So suppose it has got only one statement like this, return and this, we can also remove these two things, and it is exactly the same thing. I can remove these two things, and it is exactly the same thing. Arrow function, same thing. So arrow function are even advanced. Okay, suppose I have something like this num1, and I'm giving something like 20 here only, and I am passing only a single argument is 30 plus 20 I'm doing, and it is 15. So if just a single parameter is there, I can even omit this thing, and this is also a valid function. See, from there we have come till here. So from there till 1995 we have come to 2020, and this is how arrow function can be done in a single line. So this is how JavaScript has also evolved. Okay, so I have completed most of JavaScript, but yeah, again, this is not all of JavaScript. This is something which are generally done on a day one only, and all the ES6 DOM projects, all of those are remaining. So let me give you all the playlist which I was talking about, and because the next one is not coming this month, next JavaScript live workshop is not coming this month. Okay, next one is coming next month in Jan 3rd week it will come. Okay, so let me give you all playlist. You can all go to the playlist, like 5-day workshop, which was just concluded yesterday only. So this was done, this thing. Okay, like JavaScript playlist is there. JavaScript playlist. Okay, so this is the JavaScript playlist which is just concluded. JavaScript playlist, you all can come and see it here. Okay, so we conclude this section, means hope you all liked it, and just want to tell one more thing lastly, and I will complete it. I am starting a web development bootcamp from 15 January from 9. It is a weekend bootcamp because I am completing my weekend bootcamp soon. I am already taking a weekend bootcamp. So one sec. So this is starting from 15 January, Saturday, Sunday, and it is paid. It is $10,000. 1.5 month bootcamp. Some salient feature is there. I am going to cover everything, and even one-to-one mentoring will be there from me. If you want to know everything about the career, there are teaching assistant available to solve all of your guidance will be there, and there is a job assurance, not job guarantee, because if I teach you and if you don't do it, how can I give? But there is so much demand for React.js developer that it is sure that I will be able to get. I am in connection with a lot of people who are asking me to give them React.js developers. So you do that and I will keep you in front of those people, because here you will do that. I can evaluate you also on YouTube and all. Okay, you are doing my projects and all those things, you're participating. I don't know whether you know. You might be only seeing my channel and going through the videos. I don't know what you are doing. So these are there, and even I have internship opportunities in mind if you do it correctly, and even if you don't get a job, I have a job, because I have a web app development company also. Beside the training, I have web app development company, so I need people from my company also, and I'm willing to give a fresher 25,000 rupees also, a fresher who is very good in React.js, and we can do a lot of work, and I am also going to pay them. So this is like that. This is like a job assurance is there in this. It is there. It is a 1.5 month long, but you will get access for a whole life. So this course is like that. If you want to learn more about it, I can give you a one-to-one. I can give you access to my Calendarly appointment system, and you can do a one-to-one and you can learn more about it. So this is only through Zoom. This is not through some YouTube or all. This is through Zoom. Okay, so this is all about it, and this was the announcement which was there, and this was the only announcement. Freedom, please solve the issue. Okay, so with this I am ending today's call, and hope you all liked it, and hope you all learned a lot from it. And do connect with me on the WhatsApp group if you want to learn more about this training or anything in general. If you are really serious about becoming a web app developer, I will also announce there are some of the announcements which I am going for the next batch. Every month I take a batch for a whole month, means on my YouTube channel also, like CSS, JavaScript and React.js. So I am planning to give some prizes to people who are always attending them, who are getting the participation certificate, and who will do some assignment. I will give them access to my February bootcamp. I'm going to start another bootcamp in February also. I'm going to give them access to that, so there will be assignment and all that. So this 10,000 bootcamp you'll get for free, and this is a really a lot of people want to be in this bootcamp. Is they are a lot of things is that because I always run full and always you have to wait for the next camp then, because it is all live. I don't do it like that. A lot of people do that, some recordings they will give and all, some big names are there who give the recordings and all. I don't do like that. It is all live, and you will be able to, so in Zoom you can ask a lot of things are there. Okay, so with this I am ending today's event. Hope you all liked it, hope you learned something. And if you want to be a web app developer, whether you take my course or you don't take my course, whether you want to learn through YouTube, do please connect with me on any platform. You are not in my WhatsApp, connect with me on LinkedIn.